Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tuesday night. It is Tuesday night, it's Golden Guys. We are just like the Golden Girls without all the sex appeal, and we're the only show that celebrates B. Arthur this month, not only being a member of the Golden Girls, but of course our favorite intergalactic bartender extraordinaire from the Star Wars Holiday Special, B. Arthur, once again, our favorite bartender, galaxy long time ago, far, far away. And we're not going to talk too much Mandalorian other than good episode. I think everybody's been talking Mandalorian on YouTube is out of there. Good having everybody here. We're going to go over some Golden Age comics. I do want to explain something. Last week I showed the signed Kirby edition. Yep, these are the ones from the 1990 sealed run. Yep, there's some of these still around out there. I know there was a box of them found, and the guy was selling them. But they're interesting. They're cool. They're pin sets. I mean, it's not something you could hang on a wall. I mean, you could shadow box frame it with something.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool item, though.
Yeah, it is. It's Jack Kirby, Silver Surfer. Kind of goes with the Buscema Silver Surfer cards, which one just sold on eBay. I have two of them, and one just sold on eBay for way more money than I paid for. Probably about three what I paid for both of my cards, double. And one of them was probably just out of the boxes, and I can't believe I got rid of that one that's on eBay now. I have a Sal Buscema Daredevil. So, anyway, good seeing everybody. Knights will be joining us very soon. DS is here. DS, let's go over what you picked up, what you got. Include this.
I got a few things. I got 3 books. I'm still waiting on the big book. I really hope that big book that I ordered that I've told a few people about comes before the end of the year, so that I can do like a top 10 of 2020 and have that in it. It's FF1.
Nice.
Low grade, but yeah, I mean that's a killer book. So I'm not optimistic. So that's probably gonna be the year. But 3 books, nothing special on the first one, but why not? It's sitting here on the table. Just a really good bright color of Tomb of Dracula 1. This is like a 7075 copy. Just picked that up. I thought it was cool. I've got another one coming back from CGC too with white pages. I just really like this book. I actually used to have a 9.2 or a 9.4 that I bought for like $100, and then stupidly I sold it for $200, a couple of years ago, and now 9.2 or 9.4 is probably worth $1,000 or whatever. But
really? I gotta get mine slabbed.
It may be worth like 600 or 700. I mean,
I got a really nice copy. I mean, I have a definitely VF Plus near mint copy. I was gonna have Neil Adams sign it, and I've been carrying it around. I've seen Neil at like 5 shows, and I don't even know if I want him to sign it because I just get all frustrated dealing with that shit.
Yeah. So here's one I got from Jeff, who's a member of our show here, Golden Age Guru. So he picked this up. I hit him up and worked out a deal. I got dibs on this, and really happy to get it. It's a Russ Heath Navy Action 2.
Very cool.
In a 6.5 off-white. Just a really, really, I saw this in an auction in like a 4.0 a few months ago, and I didn't know what it would go for. I didn't think other collectors would pay up for it, but it went for more than I thought, and I missed out. And it's not one you see too often. So when Jeff got one, I immediately hit him up and worked something out with him. So I was able to get this beautiful copy, this beautiful Russ Heath Navy Action 2.
Yeah, it's a good,
that's pretty nice book there. I like that one.
Yeah, I was actually going over some Russ Heath original art discussions with some people the other day on the phone. A collection has been found. Well, not found, but a person's selling some of their books, and they are from Naval Action and Battle Action. They're taking advantage of that market now as well.
Yeah, and maybe Action 2 is a tough one. And apparently, it is pretty sought after for the Atom Age war collectors. So CGC box showed up today, just with one book in it. I'm going to show you this. The grade is a little better than I expected, which I was happy with. It got white pages, and it has a beautiful wrap. When you see this, if you're familiar with this book, you know how hard it is to find a good wrap on this book, and this one is perfect. The wrap is perfect. So FF48 for Silver Surfer 7.0 white pages with a perfect wrap.
Yeah, that you usually see the M in Marvel and half of Miss Marvel's face, her hair up to about the eye levels. Sometimes it was a little bit over. You don't see the full amount of the Watcher's hand either that shines through the Kirby-esque dimensional drawing that he did.
I was looking for one as an investment, and I've been looking forever for one that has a good wrap and is in nice condition. And so I finally found one, and it came back a little higher than I thought. And I'm pretty sure it had white pages, but I wasn't sure that CGC would agree with me. The page color is kind of up in the air with them sometimes, but yeah, so nice copy here.
That is one of the 7.0 white pages is a good indication right there of a difficult book to find because of its not the 7.0 part, the white pages part on a Fantastic Four 48 is a little tough. The issue of that is if you ever familiar with some of the early Fantastic Fours in this 1966 range, the interior papers usually starts at off white to white at the best.
Yeah,
but to see white pages is really
fresh. And Tech 31, yeah. So it's the other. You can't have everything, right? So the double quote at the end of Galactus is missing. I only got the one quote.
Yeah, you need the double quote.
I didn't get both. But if I have to choose between the Marvel box or the double quote, I'll take the Marvel box. Yeah, so I don't know. This is one of the best wrapped copies I've seen out there, so I was pretty happy. And the white pages to boot. So, yeah, I bought this on eBay. I went back and forth with the seller for a while, and I ended up paying like $1,600 for it, I think. And then I cleaned it up and got it graded. It's worth well more than that now. So, yeah, a pretty successful little investment and a very cool book. So that's what I got so far. I got some other grades on some Golden Age books from CGC today, but they haven't shipped, or they just shipped today. So I'll show them when they get back too.
Nice.
So that's it for today.
Good. I don't have anything crazy I picked up this week. I just wanted to. Somebody asked me to show the Star Wars thing I was talking about last week. I might as well show it now. This is the original lobby cards that movie theaters got in this plastic, and they got these if they wanted to get the movie Star Wars in their theater. And if they got it, they get a picture of the storyline of these pink, and this is a British version. And it just goes in there of what they would want to copyright 1977, 1976. And it's got everything in here, but it's got these cool pictures, like behind the scenes of how they did it. Like not a how-to, but kind of like just cool pictures from the film. And this is how theaters determined if they wanted to back it. So I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I like that.
Yeah, and I was going through it, and I've had one of these before, and this one looks like it literally it's 1977 all over again. I shouldn't even be touching it. This is the
ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, this is the original booklet that theaters got on Star Wars.
Oh, wow, nice.
Explaining to them what it was, so if they wanted to do it. And it's got pink pages, which makes me think it was UK, because that's a very much a night in the 70s. Most of the pink pages that you find were done in, and there are no zip codes, by the way. So all the addresses don't have zip codes, so that makes it a little earlier in 77 as well. But this is London, yeah. In England, this is the British, when the British movie theaters wanted to get Star Wars. They got this first, so yeah, just something cool for the Star Wars fans.
Yeah, I love Star Wars. The only thing I have from and for me, when I say I love Star Wars to me is defined as Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi, and that's it. That's Star Wars for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm just old or out of the loop or whatever, but that's for me is Star Wars, and I absolutely love Star Wars. And the only thing I have left, I used to have a lot of like comics and toys. The only thing I have left is the original Yoda with the orange snake.
Nice.
Which I played with as a kid. I have since lost the robe, lost the cane, and lost the orange snake, years ago. So when I dug it out of my parents' basement a few years ago, the only thing I have left is sort of like the Yoda with his brown undergarment.
Yeah.
That's all I got left. But man, I remember having the orange snake because I really thought the orange snake was so cool. So yeah, I had the original first edition of that I played with, along with all the other ones, but that was the only one I apparently kept.
I have about 6 different.
Cool.
I have every Bosk ever done. This is the 1980 Bosk with the Relby, with the blue Relby. That's just on my desk. If I showed you,
I have like
everything,
Empire and New Hope figures. That's about it.
Well, there he is. Nice.
There he is. This is the first edition Yoda with the orange snake with the little humpback and missing everything. But I still have it. This was I'm not a very sentimental guy, but this, I love Star Wars so much. I love the toys, and this is the only thing I have left. And if only one thing survives, why not have it be Yoda or Darth Vader? I figure so. I got Yoda, so that's awesome.
I have my Vader and Luke. My Vader, Luke, my Obi-Wan. I can't believe. I think I had it when I moved into this place, I think, but I haven't seen it since. So that could have been lost. But other than that, I know that the Vader and Luke are good, or at least the Vader I just saw and the Luke I just saw. But got to keep them away from my kids because they know how to open up those packets. My IG units are all the bounty hunters I have multiples of. But except I have one, a Forlom that's still in the package.
Are we on live right now?
No, yeah, we're just going over stuff. Yeah, we're live. Hey, Knights.
We were just showing some recent pickups and stuff.
Yeah, I was just showing this. Did you get anything you wanted to show?
No, I don't think so.
Well, we are going to be doing holiday comics tonight.
Yes.
Holiday themes. If you want to start that ready. I want to follow up on last week's thing about grails. Our own grails that we have are different than each other's, obviously. I mean, maybe the Cap 1 is up there for everybody as well. But one of the things about grails that made me thinking about rewatching the show was how we truly believe the quest for the Holy Grail that we go on. It's that it almost encompasses, and we succumb to the urge of it, to where, when it comes down to an original piece of art, I often at times when I hear about a piece that's coming up for sale in a couple of months, I'll look around at things I have saying, if I sell all this stuff here and there, I could go out, and that's the quest for the Grail. Now, the funny thing is, with like original art, there's like 5 grails everybody wants because nobody's known them to exist. Avengers 4, Jack Kirby drawing Captain America. That is never seen the cover. I'm pretty sure anybody who says they've seen the cover is full of shit. Because as far as I know, that original cover has never been seen by anybody. So,
yeah, a lot of those are just gone and they don't exist anymore. And some of those definitely qualify as massive grail pieces. And, it makes the stuff that does still exist and is rare and is in decent condition. It makes that stuff so much more special. Even when you see it, that's one of the things I like about cons. I don't go to a lot of cons, just 2 a year. But one of the most favorite things, I usually blow my whole budget on day one, on Friday, and just basically buy one massive book, and that's it. The rest of the con, I just love going and looking at some of these higher end dealers that just bring books that I don't know if they're intending to sell it, or they just want to bring people over, or they just want to show it off, or maybe a combination thereof. But I got to hold like a Batman 1 in a 4.0 last year.
Yeah.
It's not one of my grails, but it's so awesome to hold a book like that. I'll never own one. I wouldn't go after it anyway, but it's such a piece of history. And I love seeing other people's grails in person.
Yes.
It's exhilarating, even if they're not my personal grails, but grail level stuff for anybody gets me excited.
When I went to a collector's house, invited me over there, went over there, and he said, "You want to see it?" And I knew exactly what yep. So I go in the back, and we see the Marvel 1
Nice.
and a 7.5, I think it is, blue label. Just old blue label, original cover, just staring right there. And next to it is the first Submariner in an 8.0.
Jeez.
First Human Torch. I'm just going through the gold, and I says, "And where's your DC?" And just turns over there, and right away is that Tech 29, the swinging one, and a 5.5. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow.
that's a nice book. I like that one a lot.
And I asked him, I said, "You don't have a Tech 27?" He goes, "I've never been willing to spend the money on that book." He said it's not one of his favorite characters. He goes, "The Tech 29 was a throw-in when he purchased one of the other books." But he does have some pretty rare Marvel timelies. Stops at 41, 42, I think is his last year. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of emails on Heritage Featured, which just opened. I normally wouldn't show this because if I was going after it, I wouldn't even tell anybody it was there. But I'm not in a position after the stuff I've done recently to have the money in the next 3 weeks to even bid on this. But
Is this the 9.4 Batman one?
no, this is better than that. It is a fantastic 3.
Yes, I know somebody who's going after it. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, I could look as soon as this came up, I see the usual suspects that I know collecting this stuff, selling books, and I'm like, yep, they're trying to go after this.
do we think it's 10,000 easily?
Well, it's
0.5.
It's tough. Yeah, it's a 0.5. It's missing the back cover. That's it.
That's it.
But the front cover, the colors on this thing, and the condition of the
Gonna
front
go for 10 grand. I'm telling you, it's breaking easily going 10 grand.
beautiful looking copy. You know what I mean?
I think 10.
I think 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 10 is there. I think it'll go I don't think it'll hit 15. It may hit 13 if two people are going at it pretty hard.
I mean, look how beautiful this copy. Look at the blues and the reds. It's a beautiful copy. It's just missing the back cover. I say just. I mean,
I know people that are bidding on it, and I know what
yeah. I mean, look, it's an affordable. There's a lot of people that want it, and most of the people that want it can't afford a 3.5 if it ever even showed up.
Yeah.
So this copy generates more interest than even like a 5.0 would. You know what I mean? A 5.0 would have fewer people going after it with more money. This will have far more people going after it because it's just within range of what a lot of people could legitimately, realistically score. So this is going to be a feeding frenzy on this, and I think it'll go high. I mean, I think 10 or 12, honestly. Yeah, there it is. Nice.
Lewis. Yeah. As the original Yoda.
Yeah.
So how is the back cover unique? That's the thing.
Well, I don't know. I haven't researched it, but if I bought it, I definitely would be looking for a Fox book from 1940, which, interestingly enough, I have one that just got graded at CGC. Science Comics 7, complete and unrestored, is at CGC. That back cover might be the same as this one. It's a Fox book from 1940.
You find out what it is, and then you buy up all of them and wait for that guy to need it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you could spend a lot on another Fox book for the back cover. For this, it would still be worth it to get this complete. But honestly, even without the back cover, it's such a beautiful copy. It'll go for a lot, I think.
I think
$1 million hit 15, honestly.
Now, do I think it's a $10,000 or $10,000 half point book? No. I think what DS is hitting the nail on the head right there is saying is that a 2.0 in that book will fetch over $25,000.
Yeah,
so the only chance anybody has is getting one without spending less than $20,000. You have to start at 1.8 and work your way down, and you'd be lucky to find 1.8 at 20,000.
People were surprised, including me, that the Suspense 3 and 5.0 went for 50 because it seemingly is worth so much more than that. I would say Fantastic 3 and Suspense 3 are equal at the top there. They're the Tech 27 and the Action 1 of that category. And when you get up into the grades on one of these books, a Fantastic 3 or a Suspense 3, it seems to go a little lower than people think. But when you get into a really low grade, it's a feeding frenzy among people who can just realistically have a chance at getting one. And there's so much more competition for a low grade copy than there is for those mid grade copies. There's fewer people going after it, and it seemingly goes for less. It's sort of counterintuitive, but that's how it works on a big book. Same with Black Cat Mystery 50 or Pre-Code Horror books.
It works in so great.
I mean, a Fight Against Crime 20, a 1.8 just sold for like $4,800 or something last week. Almost $5,000 for a 1.8. If that was a 4.0, it wouldn't go for anywhere near the same percentage wise. But
when there's an anomaly in trading comics, especially, and the anomaly used to be for me was I could sell 5.0s and 5.5s of Hulk 181s faster than I could 6s. So when I would get the grades back, I'd get more for a 6, but a 6 back then would crack the 2,000, whatever it was at the time, Well, as long as you kept it below 2,000 or 1,500, whatever the dollar amount was, you kind of were able to sell and move. Like if I was buying 181s, I would sit there and I bought a stack of raws with some cash, sent them off, graded them, got anywhere between 4s and one as high as an 8, and the 5s and stuff were the first ones to go.
Yeah.
Immediately, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I sell those too low, and they're like, no, that's the price people pay. They don't want a 4.0. They'll spend up to get a 5.5. They're not going to spend over 2 for a 6.
Yeah, I mean, liquidity is an issue with comic books, especially if you're moving around a lot in the hobby. You're buying and selling and investing, and you're trying to make moves. You want liquidity, and in order to maximize liquidity, it's good to stay in the more affordable, popular grade ranges for whatever book it is. You can buy a 9.8 Hulk 181, but the only liquidity that will ever have is just throw it up in an auction and roll the dice.
Right.
You're never going to be able to sell it at a buy it now. It will take a year. It'll take 8 months. But you have a Hulk 181 and a 2.0, off white to white, it's gone like that. 1 hour. Put it up and it's gone in an hour. So the entry level or the affordable, whatever the book is, the affordable entry level good copy of that is what has the most liquidity. And for a Fantastic 3 in the lowest possible grade, unrestored blue label with a beautiful front cover, and the book is complete except for the back cover, it's like you couldn't ask for a better situation for competition for an entry level book. It's that one that'll have more competition than any other copy of that would.
Yeah, I kind of 10 grand is the conservative Golden Guy's approach to it there, but realistically I could see that breaking 13,000, but not 15, because just wait. If you have 15,000 lying around, wait for the first 1.0 that's complete. Maybe, I don't know. It's tough right there.
This year, though, people have been going bonkers over.
Oh, we've been
rare
talking.
stuff.
I mean, we have to. There's a book, an LB Cole book, Gangsters, the shark cover.
Yeah.
One just sold at a ridiculously high price.
Was it the 2.0?
Yeah. Did you
Yeah,
see what? Did you see what it sold for?
No, I saw it out there. It's been floating around for a minute. I don't know, like 500 or 600 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Now
you
that
had a 3.5. I had a
that
3.5 of that. I couldn't sell it. I had it at like 400 and no bites. So go figure.
Get that out of your mouth.
The mask books.
Give it to me.
There's been quite a few low grades of those floating around lately, and I feel like there's almost been a little bit of a saturation with those because there's been multiples on the market, and some of them are sitting with price drops and still not moving.
Right. The one
Reese had a 2.0 for like $7,000, which he may have sold today. It came off of eBay, and somebody else I know has a 1.8 On eBay, they dropped it
That's
down
the
to
one I'm talking about.
45, which means off eBay you can probably get it for 4, which is under what the sales are for that, and it's just not moving. And he's had it out there for a while, so you can get saturation out there too on these books if there's too
I
many.
think that's the problem with Golden Age. You know, sometimes we think there's more of us than there is. I think.
Well, yeah,
You know,
it's a gene puddle of us. But the one thing you have to, like, he's bringing up the best point is I could say is about the Mask One, is we discussed this when we first saw those 2 books sell for astronomically higher, 6,200. I think one was a 3.5, and then there was a 4.0 out there forever for sale for a lot of money. It didn't go. And then I've seen the price drops on the 2.0 and the 1.8, and I've seen the price drops on these. And I kind of look at it from a standpoint of where there are times that we're our own worst enemy and we price ourselves out of our own markets. So it happens. I mean, there are books that I've seen go recently on the boards that people have been talking about, saying, and never in a million years did I ever think this would be worth this much. And sure enough, it is, you know. So
Yeah,
and sometimes there's that thing happens where you'll have like 3 or 4 of the book sitting there for a while, and people are kind of like, I don't know, that's kind of high. And then there'll be an auction, and it'll go for like just ridiculous. And then the next day, all those are gone.
yeah, it's like dominoes.
yeah. It's the weirdest thing when a big auction happens and a big book in that big price auction. And I'll just go through a medium book. I'll go over with the Brick Bradford 6, that 8.0 that's sold on the web. Immediately set off a chain reaction of Brick Bradford 6s going for new high prices. And I was laughing, saying that's a really common book. And one of the things is scarcity makes. Now there's over, if you don't know, Brick Bradford's back down to a reasonable level again.
Well,
And
like when these books, I feel like for a specific category like Dark GA, I have a pretty good feel. I generally don't have to go look up or research what things are worth. I see the book, I have a pretty good idea what I think it's worth. And sometimes I'll see 1 or 2 out there that I think are way overpriced. And then one will come up on auction and it'll go above that even. Now you get to a situation where my gut feeling, and I have a very educated, knowledgeable view of this group of books at this point, says one thing, and now this most recent auction sale is saying something completely different. I'm not willing to throw my gut feeling out and go with the auction price and now pay more for these books. I feel like the market goes up and down. Auctions are sketchy all the time anyway. I feel like if you have a really informed idea of what a book's value is, don't change that. Don't throw that out the window just because there's an auction result that doesn't mesh with that. I stick with what I think, and you know that sometimes the books will go. But remember what was it, Nightmare 13, the Matt Baker, Underwater Green PCH book. That book, I had an idea of what the value was, and it was selling for multiples of that on the market. And I had one in like a 7.5, and I sold it for like 3,200, which for me it was worth maybe like, you know, 800 to 1,000 is what I felt like the value of that book was. And it was going for 3 times that. So I sold it. And it was the hugest book on the market for a while, and it's dropped back down, and it's going now for what I feel like it's worth. Now you see a 4.0 goes for like $400, and if you get a 6.0, it goes for like $750. It's back down. So I stuck with my gut on that, and it popped up and came back down. So I feel like if you're knowledgeable about something, stick with what you know. Don't let auction prices or insane market fluctuations change what you know is what you know. You know what I mean? That's how I do it.
Yeah, I mean, I did have a guy talk to me recently about a book, and he's like, well, one just sold a couple of months ago, and it was like 5 sales in the last 8 years. And I'm like, I'm not going to take that one auction that happened in 3 years as a guide. Yeah. I'm going to tell you my price for this book is this, and that's what I'll pay for it. And if you find somebody to pay you more, best of luck to you. He hasn't gotten anybody interested in it, and it's really not worth what he wants. But a reason, and again, and I'll tell you why. It's these Schomburg painted covers that just skyrocketed out of nowhere, the exciting and the thrilling. They're not rare by any means.
No, there's a lot of those out there.
There are thousands upon thousands of them that aren't even slabbed, and the rush to get these things slabbed has just started. So, one of the best resources you can use, and this is a good thing, if your friend with a professional presser, ask him what books he sees a lot from that he's seen a lot of. And that's exactly what he brought up the following. He goes, well, the Brick Bradford 6 died out. And now I'm dealing with Zella covers all over the place. Excitings and thrillings and that. He goes, there. War, Western. He keeps bringing up the Western, saying, maybe it's just the one guy, but he goes, I've got really high grade Westerns. So he's been talking about that. And we would also, we talked about this Fantastic Three. And he brought up the same thing. He goes, if all that's missing is a back cover, find a back fucking cover. I mean, why even slab it at a 0.5? Just go get the back cover. You'll get
not that easy sometimes.
Right. But the point that he brought up was saying that you would go for 3 times as well, might go for double with the back cover.
Yeah, and another thing is with these Golden Age books, the sort of more rare ones, value is a tough thing, and it's more than just what's the book and what's the recent sale or what's this auction. There's more to it than that, and the prices on rare books can jump around a lot from one auction to the other. Sometimes they go low and sometimes they go really high, and you have to have patience. It's not like superhero, like Silver Age books where you can go on GPA and it's like the penny what the grade of that book is worth. It's not like that. So sometimes you have to sit on a bit longer to get the value that is in it. And sometimes you have to wait longer to get a book you want until the price comes where you think it should be. And it's sort of a feel I get by like comparables in the market. I feel like there's groups of books that are very similar. And when there's some outliers that are way higher than the rest of the group, that makes me feel like they're overpriced because they normally come back down. And it's like this group of books will have books that every now and then that pop and come back. Like Mr. Mystery 12, the eyeball one.
Yep.
I'm telling you, I'm not sold on the current prices on that. It's come down a good bit percentage-wise from where it was at, but I still think it has room to come down. That book, I don't really feel like it's worth as much as it's still going for on the market. Now, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but this is just my gut feeling. And, and then if anything, it keeps me safe from blowing massive amounts on a book that deflates soon after that. So if anything,
I don't consider that book scarce enough to generate the value it's got. It was my big problem with the Black Hat 15, but the Black Hat 50 had years of being one of the most famous top 5 Golden Age pre-code horror. It was always on there. The eyeball cover was known, but not on every, guaranteed to be on there. So it's just one of those. I do think that when we see the market fluctuate in the Golden Age, and we currently see that now, it's driven by true supply demand. And the one thing I'm going to say right now is the one thing I do see collectors such as ourselves are suddenly much more attuned to is the scarcity of the book.
Yeah.
What used to be, this is a 4.0, now says this is the second highest on the census, only 5 on there. Descriptions have changed to show how rare books are. Just because it only has 4 on the census doesn't mean it's a great book to own. I mean, there's some books that don't have any on the census that are just as good. But they're, when you get into the desirability of a book and it has everything, all those qualities that we talked about, patience in buying your Grail, especially nowadays, because if you really want that Fantastic 3, so does a lot of other people that want that book. I mean, that's the first non-major superhero Grail of the Golden Age. It has to be. I mean, I put it higher than Suspense 3 just because I do. I don't know where you put it. versus Suspense 3, but I just put it right there as the first outside of your actions, your techs, your sensationals, and your Wonder Womans and your Cap 1 and your Marvel 1. Outside of that, first non-superhero, those big two titles, and Wiz 1, Wiz 2, bang, right there.
Yeah, I think
Mm,
the top books in the category, I mean, it depends on what's out there in the market, how the market is, but you got Suspense 3, Fantastic 3 is in that category. You know, I can't discount Amazing Man 22.
That's a fine one. Yeah.
That is not some of the Silver Streak 6 or is it Daredevil 6? No, Silver Streak 6, Daredevil, I think. But I guess that's superhero, so that wouldn't count.
Yeah, that's superhero.
And, you know,
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's like we all have everybody. Your top 10 books of the Golden Age should include, no matter where you get to, in that top 10, you should have your Fantastic 3 should be in there. It's no matter what where you are, you have to have it.
27, and then maybe even like a Tech 1. I mean, that's the first title. That's a massive title, but I think a Tech 1 would be in that category too. Eventually,
what do you guys think about the somewhat shadier part of this, though? That I mean, I've run into this with dealers talking about certain books, more of like the early Action Comics and, you know, high, pretty up there price stuff where like these certain books, the barrier to entry is like super high, like, you know, an Action 7 or something like that.
Right.
And I don't want to name names, but they've said to me, I will never let that book be sold for less than X. Like, not his, like
Anybody else.
Yeah.
There
Because
is a dirty underworld.
and it's to keep his value up. And
Mhm.
worst case, he gets another one.
Yep.
That's not
Yeah,
a
if
big
you've got the money. I mean, I considered doing that with the Dynamic 830 that came up recently. But I don't have the funds right now where I'm at in the hobby to go below $5,000 on a book just to protect the value on my other $5,000 book. But yeah, I think that's a viable strategy. If you think a book is worth a certain amount, you don't want, and it's rare, you don't want that one example in 3 years to go lower than what you think. And if you're willing to buy it for that and have two of them, I think that's a fine strategy. I mean, it's investments at this point, and if you need to buy another one to ensure the value of it, of your first one, I think that's a decent strategy if you have the money for it. But
It's
rare
like
books,
buying options on your
they're just not out there. So if you have one for sale, you can pretty much just say it's this or not, and then people can take it or leave it. There's no choice on a really rare book. You can sort of name your price and you'll get it in a matter of time. I feel like.
One time I was after a book, and this was kind of like, what the? I was surprised to hear this. So I was after a book, and there was a dealer who knew that I wanted one, and it was pretty rare, like, you know, and I kind of wanted a specific, like, grade of it. And he kind of jacked up the price because he knew I was after it. And I was like, you know, over the past like 2 or 3 years, I saw a few go for, you know, definitely lower than what he was trying to sell his at. And I was like, well, you know, I'll wait around. I got patience. I'm not sure if it's worth that much. You know, I was trying to be polite about it.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh, I'll make sure that if one comes up, won't go for less than this. And it was just kind of like, what the fuck? Like,
there's people that protect their investment. But
Look, I have an all new 8. That's, you know, a pretty rare book. There's maybe 15 of them or something out there, and I think it tops out at 7.5, and I got a nice looking 4.0. Regardless of GPA, because the last GPA sale is the 4.0 that I bought off of eBay that was way underpriced. So that'll be on GPA. Somebody else also listed one, a 6.0 on Comic Link for what I consider dirt cheap for that book. That one didn't end up on GPA, but people are aware of it. So if I went to sell that, I would ask way over GPA or recent sales on that book. And some people invariably will hit me up and say, well, this book's only been going for this. I would just say, that's fine. Then you don't have to buy it. But, I would ask, $600 or $6,500 on it. And somebody will pay me that for it, because that's what I think. I think that's a fair value for that book, honestly, and especially in this market. But you'll have people that will refuse to do it because they'll justify based on other prices or some random GPA that's not accurate. You just got to stick to your guns. But I wouldn't go out and tell Knights, well, I'll make sure none of them ever sell for that.
Yeah.
If it's rare enough, it's not going to matter if another one comes up and goes for cheaper than you're asking. You just stick to your asking price on it. If it's a super rare hot commodity book, it's just a matter of time is how I feel about it. People would look at me wrong if I asked for $6,000 on my all new 8. And some people would be interested to see if they could get it a little cheaper. And ultimately, somebody would pay it. That's how I feel about it. But there's always going to be that's wrong that you're asking that much. But
I pretty much never wanted to buy a book off of him again. He just kind of
There's some
for me.
There's
people want to hold on to their price and don't want to come off it. And it's a rare book. I totally get it. And maybe that's just not time for me to get it. But if you have a rare book and that's your price and you're not willing to move on it, yeah, that's fine. And I don't blame you, because it's not like it's an easy book to find and you can't replace it. And even these dealers that sell this stuff, they don't mind. If nobody buys it, they're fine with it. I'll put rare books out there. If nobody buys it, that's fine with me. Sometimes I pull it back off the market anyway. It's not a big deal, but if you don't want to move on your price, that's fine.
The thing I learned about that was if you're really, really looking for something that's really rare, probably best to not let that be known.
Yeah.
Yes, do not tell anybody. I mean, I'm not saying everybody's hoarding their Adventure 34, but I know one guy who just jacked up what he wanted for it. I know exactly what he paid for it, and I offered him double it, and he's like, no. So anyway, do you have those holiday covers?
Yeah,
one thing I want to bring up again that Knights brought up, and DS brought up as well. Patience in selling, patience in buying. Patience is our number one thing we can do. Shout out to the chat. I apologize I didn't get to you guys. While he's growing that up, I'm going to do a quick little rundown of who we got here. Mr. Barrett, good happy New Year. Happy holidays to you as well. Welcome to the holiday special. Mr. Gretzky, 9966, good having him here. Streambot, bot, catching us here. DS is here. NC Slapjacks, happy holidays to all. Very good much. We got some eggnog going on. Happy Wookiee Life Day. I'm going to show Chris Barrett again. All right. And then we've got Tech 31. Good having him here. Just making sure we got the right background. Southern Comic Geek. Look at that Bill Everett right there. He's got a sketch cover. That's a Skybox sketch cover right there. That's a beautiful Bill Everett. Submariner right there. Actually, has anybody been? I've been watching. There was a recent documentary talking about, Submariner and stuff like that. I was about Bill Everett drawing it, and
oh, really?
Yeah, I gotta find it. It was on YouTube, but it was taken off of a British page.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I've seen some of the highlights of it before on some of the Marvel stuff. Good having everybody here. I'll get to everybody eventually, but let's just start showing some seasonal holiday books. This is going to do the Spinner Rack. This is the Yuletide Spinner Rack. This is the comic Golden Guys version of the Yule Log.
Yeah, I mostly gathered, I probably missed a few, but everything from came out in November through December from, the whole Golden Age. Can you see this?
Yep. Famous
good.
I was surprised how far back these went. This is 1934.
Nice.
What number is that?
Number 5.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, that's
Famous Funnies number 5, 1934.
Yeah. And I mean, And I was like, wow, if you're a holiday cover collector, you will go broke. And I could just imagine the night finding some of these. Like even I bet this might be even hard. And we got 1935. Still, before a few years before Soups. 36. The real G-Man. Another 36.
That's the funnies, number 4.
Do I get that bicycle? Look at how bad the lettering is on that.
Yeah.
Different spaces. 36 again.
Popeye. Popeye. That's your EC.
King Comics are cool. I like King Comics. Popeye and Flash Gordon in there.
Yep.
Fun.
Oh, more fun. Look at that. 17.
Happy New Year. Yeah, 36. I mean, it did seem like early on, the Christmas or holiday comic was a big seller, before the superhero really got it going. Popular Comics. Give me a penny. I want to buy you a Christmas present.
That's pretty much what it's like.
Yeah, awesome.
Look at this. This is all 36. Crazy.
Tip Top Comics. Yep. Some of these Tip Tops are really tough to find. There's a big
Ace.
Man, these are real old titles, man.
That's a great publisher, early version of the Ace publishing.
37. That's a nice one. Dear Santa, bring me a bike, candy, something.
Wasn't Famous Funnies the first monthly newsstand comic book?
I think so.
I think it was Famous Funnies.
And 1937. What a break. Not quite understanding what he's talking about, but I see it ripped. Oh, so he's just piling them in.
Yeah, it ripped and he's just taking the toys as they fall out.
This one,
Centaur, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Centaur.
I mean, you can tell by their title font if it's a Centaur, even if you can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say you always tell by the December, the year, their
Plus, like the D in pages and the way the ends are curved, it has that Centaur look. Even if you don't know if the title for sure is, it has that Centaur look.
And they have giraffe stockings. It's a good system. Hey, I found an elephant holiday.
Yeah, there it is.
Get off the earth. Yeah, we need that for 2020. I'm not entirely sure why there's those particular animals, but here's some more animals. 1937.
Yeah, again, you see how the O in stories is and the C in picture?
Yeah.
They have the funky, like, I don't know, they almost look like Greek letters to me or something.
Yeah, that's the Centaur pup.
Which maybe they're supposed to be, and that's why it's Centaur. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's Greek or Roman or something. That's what they're trying to incorporate.
Anthony Perdue joining us. Great having him here.
We got some
Wimpy. Early Wimpy, yeah.
Dear Santa, bring me 1 million hamburgers.
Blow me down.
Here we go.
More Funds 27.
Flat car.
Yeah, I like how small the hamburgers were in that one too. Like back in the 30s, hamburgers weren't like they are today. They were small.
Yeah. They look good.
Yeah, they look a lot smaller than if you had like a bag of McDonald's burgers falling out of there. They would look, I think they'd be bigger. Those almost look like cookies. They're smaller. I think the burgers were real small back then.
It's a pretty nice car.
Yeah, I like that.
37.
Yeah, 38. Yep.
1938. Goodness. Yeah, I mean, right in the Depression, right? So they were pretty to get to the new year. Hopefully something good would happen. Not quite, really. Although maybe the Depression,
22.
I feel like the Depression was in this time, but I
We're
don't
coming
think
out of it at this
much
point as
happened
well.
later. Right?
A lot of things were happening at this point.
Well, in my opinion, I think I think Roosevelt
Yeah.
elongated how long the Depression lasted, and I feel like we really didn't get out of it fully until World War
war.
II.
Yeah.
So started
The
our,
manufacturing from the war.
and then of course we got a new president and new leaders in there. But
There you go. They have Adventure Comics.
He's like, I'm not Santa.
yeah, I guess he's at the North Pole, and he's expecting that to be Santa.
Got to go a few miles the other way.
I thought this one was interesting. Hello, Daddy.
I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. Man, a whole new thing there.
That's pretty funny. 1937.
Yeah.
A rapid view of fun that's new.
Last for every member of the family.
Got to be Centaur again, right?
Yeah,
Centaur.
But it has Mickey Mouse in that bag. So I wonder. They got
Yeah.
trouble for that. It's another one. Kicking out the old year, bringing in the new one. Star Ranger, another Centaur, yep. Dear Sandy Claus.
Pictorial stories of the Golden West. That's a cool tagline.
There's Tip Top. Yeah.
Tip Top. Look at that, all these books, and we still haven't gotten. What Action was what 30,
38.
38, yeah.
June of 38. Well, actually, April 18th it came out, but
First come, first served. I like that. That's pretty good. Going up there. Not sure why her pigtails are going like that, but it's okay. It's windy. Windy. This is a nice one. I like this. This is a Flessel cover.
Craig Flessel, yeah.
1938. Going on strike. More money. We desire more cash. I like that. Pretty good one. 39.
All American, huh?
Yep. Number 10. Look how fat that looks.
That looks really wide.
Yeah.
It looks like a big book.
Yeah. Well, that's a DC book, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Omega Comics, good having you here. Thanks for being here.
Famous
Famous
face.
Funnies, yeah. There's those pigtails again.
Be patient. Santa will drop in any moment now. Oh, and this was interesting. I did a little research on some Christmas stuff, and this appeared in like a Montgomery Ward like brochure or like a catalog or something, and it was the actual first appearance of Rudolph.
Wow,
Oh.
that's really cool.
First appearance of Rudolph. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I just assumed that Rudolph was a legend that went back like into the 1800s.
I think there might be some of that too, but according to what I looked at, this was kind
I
of
thought it was
pop
old
culture.
Gene Autry Pearl Ives thing.
In pop culture, this was pretty much the first appearance. I bet. Yeah, I'd be curious. I didn't look to see if there was any on eBay or anything, but it's pretty nice. Pretty
There's
nice.
some good trivia by Anthony Purdue in the chat.
All right, with a Phantom Magician. Yep.
1935. Wow.
Which was 1935.
Yeah, the one that Anthony Purdue is saying in the chat, the first superhero in comics, Phantom Magician, appeared in 1935.
I don't really understand this. It says, I don't think I'm quite the type.
I don't know.
Maybe we're just not. We would have gotten it if we were in 1941.
Yeah,
that cover, I feel like that cover belongs on the New Yorker and not on the book because it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
It's like
It's
Dennis
New Yorker.
I don't know, but this was in 1940, so right at the end there.
Comic Padre, good having you here.
This is a cool.
Here we go. Superman's Christmas Adventure. This
I
was
wonder how much Macy's paid for that ad. A
Yeah.
front cover ad on Superman.
Well, I wonder what helped the other one more.
Hmm.
Macy's was the biggest retailer at the time.
I really like this cover. That's really
Mhm.
nice.
Some of these Carl Barks covers are the Christmas covers are the hottest ones.
They really, his nephews really terrorize him throughout the holidays.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in 41. I'm not sure what he's doing up there. Oh, he doesn't want to get bit. Okay. And we got
If I had to pick a Christmas comic, this is probably my favorite one.
Now is this Mac Rayboy?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I've seen this one before, and I like.
It's just a Fawcett Xmas comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I like about it is
Man and
the Santa is drawn in a very elaborate sort of classic painted style, and then the superheroes are the regular superhero style, standing around Santa.
yeah, it's like Norman Rockwell drew Santa and C.C. Beck took over the rest.
Yeah, it's a cool like double style on it, and it's got that black cover, and it's just for a Christmas cover. This one is my favorite one from the Golden Age. I really like it.
It's 324 pages. I bet that'd be hard to get engraved.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one. I mean, I've seen the cover before, probably in an auction or somebody picked it up or owns one that posted on Instagram last year or something. Was probably the first time I saw it.
Some clarification on the book we didn't know much about. That's Uncle Elby from the Napoleon comic strip, thinking about playing Baby New Year.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Got it. Here we have.
I like this.
Yep.
1942 now. Fawcett does a lot of nice Christmas covers.
Fawcett's.
Hey, I came in here to buy a toy.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Funny animals.
That Funny Animals is timely, isn't it?
This is, I believe, Fawcett.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. The rabbits. Yeah.
He's the
Yeah, because he's got the Shazam
Yep.
Shazam,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
uniform on. Yeah, I get the timelies mixed up sometimes.
Well, they have that other rabbit that's very similar looking.
Yeah. They have a. Yeah, you'll see him.
I think there's a few in here.
Yep.
Bugs is apparently reading it upside down. Here we go, 1942. Santa's using the Jeep. 1943 coming in. Here's another one.
Yep.
Oh.
The Xmas Comics #2.
It'd be cool to have all these Fawcett ones.
Damn, that's 324 pages too.
Yeah.
They must have did a bunch of 324 page ones, like one every holiday or every year.
Do these come up often for sale or?
I don't know.
I've never seen this one. The other one that I really like, I've seen before somewhere, and I doubt it was just from researching faucets because I don't do that very often because I'm not really a fan of collecting that stuff. So I probably saw it come up for sale or somebody owned one on Instagram. That's probably where I saw it.
I feel like these books would be something that sell fast, but maybe not at super insane prices. You know?
Okay.
Like, it probably brings in lots of different types of collectors.
Decent collectible market, right?
Yeah, but they're not going to blow like, key price,
Right.
Yeah,
$5,000.
but I bet you it's a really thick square bound that's tough to find in good shape. I bet you a good structurally sound copy probably goes for more than you think.
Oh,
We'll
well,
have
yeah,
to find.
that's it. Here's a Archie one. 43. I
That's
think
Ray
it's
Boy.
Mac. Yeah.
That's Ray Boy, yeah.
I don't like that one because Santa's too skinny.
Santa's, yeah,
Well,
looks,
Scan is dressed like Shazam.
Yeah, but he's too skinny. Where's his big fat belly? And he's just like, I don't know. That doesn't look like Santa though. It's like,
I do like the wreath though around that's pretty nice.
yeah,
Here's a fat Santa for you.
There you go.
that's more appropriate.
Wonder Woman looks like Leia. From
Yeah,
Jabba.
it looks like the Leia and Jabba scene.
There you go. There's there
That's another one.
you go.
There's a lot.
What is that? A Christmas cover?
Yeah, well, I mean, it says this
Merry
Christmas
Christmas,
war
Happy New Year.
bonds. That's the only one I saw of that with the war bonds for Christmas.
Kind of a weird looking one, but it has a Christmas tree on it.
Buy some war bonds for Christmas. Well, birthday suits coming. Porkies.
Andy Panda.
Yeah, that one's cool.
That one's pretty good. Santa Claus Funnies.
Got pigeon shit on him.
What year is that?
This is 43.
Adele.
Dell.
Yeah. There's Blondie, yeah. Dick Tracy.
Super Comics.
Dick Tracy on the cover on that one?
No, I don't know if that's supposed to be Dick Tracy because I don't recognize the
Well, there is Dick Tracy on the
Dick
top.
Tracy on the top, but they don't. Is that supposed to be him there?
I would think so. He has the same hat.
That's a terribly drawn Dick Tracy.
Yeah, but Dick Tracy would have the yellow overcoat, though.
Should have a yellow overcoat and at least see his watch hand over.
Yeah.
Dagwood Bumstead knockoff.
It's good.
Just typical Karl Barks having.
Donald unhappy.
It's pretty nice. I like that one.
This is the classic one, of course.
Yeah.
I think Batman has the most for the superheroes, right?
Well, I think Shazam has the most.
Oh yeah.
The Batman ones lose me because to me, Batman it's dark. And
He wasn't dark back then.
I don't mind as much. Well, I don't like goofy comic book covers that much anyway.
Yeah.
I don't like Superman goofy comics because I feel like Superman has a goofiness to him anyway. Even as Clark Kent, there's a goofy aspect. But Bruce Wayne is slick as hell, and Batman is dark. And then this cover, it rubs me wrong when I see these goofy Batman covers. Goofy covers.
You actually go back and read some of the Batman comics. They're terrible.
Yeah,
I was reading a bunch of them, and the earliest ones, the detective ones, if you read this story, the Batman was more creepy than he was superhero. And when now he's very campy for years, and honestly, you have to go up until Denny and Neil take over probably. And
yeah, I think when Neil took over,
you gotta go to the 70s.
favorite.
And that totally becomes good. And Bernie and Danny O'Neill and whoever's helping him write at the time, and then up to Frank Miller.
Well, yeah, I mean, I like Breyfogle had a really dark quality to it. He had a very good noir style for Batman. He did Batman and Detective Comics titles for a while.
Right.
And then I liked Frank Miller in the 80s, obviously. He went real dark. I know a lot of people aren't fans of Frank Miller, but he has a really good style for something like Batman.
He did when he did Daredevil.
Yeah.
Daredevil was Batman. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, his art was well suited to those characters and those stories at the time. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
But I know it's not very complicated when he draws. It's a lot of simple, strong lines and shading, and a lot of people don't like it, but I like the style for the right thing. Now he's done stuff, and I'm like, it's not good. But when he gets the right thing, Daredevil or Batman, or like that Wolverine limited series, really good. I like that stuff.
Yeah. Yep. There's Fred McMurray and Comic Cavalcade. There you go.
That's nice.
Helping out Santa, Alan Scott and Wally West, and
The sick kid. He's got the
friends
in his room.
I like how the wallpaper's falling off in that kid's room though, and it's like it makes it look like he's living in a ghetto or something. And he's got patches on his quilt, so he must be poor, and he can't afford gifts, so they're bringing it to the underprivileged kids, I guess.
And Santa is the monkeys, I guess. Happy New Year dog cover. I don't know.
That dog is a character in that series. He's a reoccurring character.
Santa Claus Funnies. Funny animals again.
Yeah. Captain Marvel. Here's this is the Xmas 3. This is number 3 now.
Oh yeah.
24 pages.
Yeah. Yep. Gift comics.
They changed it to gift. Maybe they got rid of the Xmas.
Gift
I
comics.
wonder what's in those. They've got to have like reprints of a bunch of stuff, and then maybe a couple original stories.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
I guarantee there's not 324 new pages.
Nope.
There's got to be a bunch of reprints.
This is a classic
That's a good one.
Wonder Woman.
Okay, for Christmas cover.
Oh yeah, you got the guy with the gun.
Sparkling Stars.
With the choo-choo on the roof.
Never heard of that one.
There's action bringing in the new year.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. I like the skyline.
Yeah. Now he's at Bailey's department stores. I feel like that's the same cover.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, it's probably just recycled.
Oh yeah.
Carl Barks. I mean, we have to really appreciate. I know we're Dark GA and Elephant and Good Girl Art and Timely, but all of us, I think we can just look at the Disney comics and say, while we understand that this is something most people have grew up with looking at, the way Carl Barks drew Donald Duck is the most emotional of any animal. Period.
Yeah.
It's just the best. I think Carl Barks is, the older I get, the more I appreciate him. So
Yeah, it's good stuff for what it is, for sure.
You got this. He's got a Christmas hat on, so I guess. So.
that's good.
Christmas Adventure.
Still
Still with
Bailey's 3, yeah.
Bailey's must have been booming business back then.
Mhm.
Those Superman covers aren't cheap, I guarantee it.
Frosty.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ace comics from this era are not the greatest. I feel like they use inks and they're always washed out, and there's a lot of empty space on these covers. I don't know.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Kind of cool, the yellow and the red.
Yeah, they could have added it there.
It's an interesting color scheme for an action.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Look at that, the stand. I never had a tree with a stand like that. Seems
Garth was like that, and we
a little
supposed to.
dangerous.
Come on, Batman, get your shit together.
He's just laughing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Creeping in the window, making sure you don't have too many people at your Christmas dinner. I'm looking at you through the window. Wally West is looking at you through the window. Speaking of there's that dog again.
oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yep. Mel Blanc.
Whoops. Bringing in the new year. What's her name? The
Petunia Pig. Petunia.
Petunia.
I like that one. That one's cool.
Petunia Pig. Mutton Jeff.
Mutt and Jeff, you can find them all over the place. They actually predate comic books altogether. They used to come out in these little card things like this you could get at the pharmacies. And they go back, maybe Anthony Purdue couldn't find that out for us. I don't know what year it was, but I've seen them way, way, way back. Early 30s. Yeah. There's a whole storyline with those guys. They're kind of like the they're hobos, but they're not. They're weird. They're betting on horses in some of them. His Prize, that's a good one.
Right.
What are the go back to that one? Does it have covers? Yeah, it does have legit past covers of Prize on there.
Mm.
Yeah, none of them look like
The bottom left.
It's a beautiful book.
I like the green.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
his
mean,
beard is about to explode. Oh, he's helping push him down in there.
all right. This is just,
It's helping him again.
no, but I'm again. Again.
Oh, geez.
What are they having, a snowball contest?
Yeah, who can throw snowballs at Batman and Robin?
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Kind of neat.
Happy New Year. But he's wearing a Santa costume.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that has to do with. The
What
new
year is this? 150. This is 150.
Yeah.
So okay, so we're in the 50s.
Well, this says 1946.
46. Yeah, I was okay.
Yeah.
This is a good. This starts a good run for that.
This is pretty cool.
Good artwork, people.
That's that's either Alfago or Obi Cole. It looks like a Fago.
Yeah. I was gonna say, didn't LB Cole do some of these titles?
I feel like
He did Frisky Animals and Frisky Fables.
Frisky Man.
Alfago and him did most of them.
Funny Animals again. Thanks,
You
pal.
know,
Geez, have fun.
Comic.
They do Halloween, they do Easter, they do Christmas, they do all the holidays.
Giggle is
Yeah.
Atlas, right?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I think so. It's number 37. So it's
I don't even see any type of like trade dress on there or like.
wild.
I thought they were one of those. I don't know.
I'll look it up while we're doing this.
Okay.
Coca-Cola. Coco and Cola.
Merry Melodies, yeah.
1, 2 carloads of carrots.
Giggle Comics is Creston.
Preston, okay.
The only thing my comic shop has listed for Creston is Giggle Comics.
Okay.
So it's sort of a one-off publisher, I guess. Walter Lance, New Funnies. That's cool. I like that one.
Andy Panda, Woody Woodpecker.
That's a good Andy Panda and Woodpecker.
I see a lot of the ones from 1950, 51, 52, the Andy Pandas, for dollar bins all over the place.
That's a good one. I like the floating heads there. You do have Woody Woodpecker there.
Yeah.
Who's the guy at the bottom?
Yeah, I don't know. Is that the seal?
Don't think so.
I can't see.
It's probably
Can't tell.
Our Gang.
Yeah, Gamblers. Mutt and Jeff, 1920s Gamblers by Bud Fisher. Yep, sports pages and newspapers. Yep.
Yeah, so Anthony Purdue is saying Giggle is ACG.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I have the only Giggle.
Because I've seen those anthropomorphic characters.
The only thing I have on my comic shop is this one I'm going off of. It says Giggle Comics 1 through 99 is Creston. And it's got Giggles from 1943 to 1946, unknown. It only has a one issue, so it was a one shot. I don't know why there's 4 years listed. There's no other. There's a Giggles from 1908 from Pratt Food. There's a Gals and Giggles. So yeah, I don't see an ACG, but I don't know. It could be. I mean, my comic shop might not be right.
There you go. Felix the Cat kind of thing going on.
yeah. I don't know if that's Felix, but it looks like him. TikTok Tail.
Tails.
Never heard of this one either.
Me neither.
Oh, good. It's a nice one. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
This is one of my least favorite action covers ever. It's not so much the concept as the red and blue stripes. It's like that's not. I don't know, man. It looks terrible with the red and the blue stripes. But this don't isn't ideal either. But at least you could do something with that if the background works a little better. For me, I just don't like the thick red and blue stripes. It almost makes me dizzy to look at. I don't know.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah, what is Superman doing though? What is he doing?
Is he climbing down or going up or what?
I'm curious what
I
Superman.
don't know.
And what is Santa doing? He's like putting up the tree?
What? Yeah, he's not there to work.
I don't know.
If that man wants his cookies and he's going to.
Here we go.
This is the weird stuff.
It's
I
like,
like the picture you have there. Some little kid labeled them though.
The dick in the box for real. Dick Grayson in the box. Dick Grayson in a box. Sorry.
calling all kids.
That's it. Santa's taking it and not feeling good.
Yep. He's got the jug of booze.
Wally West should be able to make like first of all, he can't touch wood, I thought.
Can't touch wood?
No, that's the Green Lantern. That's Alan Scott. Yeah, he can't touch wood.
What?
Green Lantern original.
I never heard.
His original weakness was wood.
Wood?
Yeah. Alan Scott's weakness was wood.
Well, shouldn't he have gloves on then?
Yeah,
He's living dangerously. Had too much eggnog.
that's it.
Wait, can he have eggnog? It's yellow.
Nope. See, that's the thing. He doesn't have the yellow problem. He's got a problem with wood.
With what?
I'm serious.
Oh man, that's
Alan Scott,
His power is immune to wood. Right.
He had
He can't control wood. Like he can't like Green Lantern can't mess with the color yellow. He can't do anything with wood.
so they had like wood suits attacking him, I guess.
Trojan horses.
Donald Duck, Bear Mountain. Still in 1947. Frisky Fables. It's a nice cover. Yeah,
Yeah,
really
some big
makes
old-
me think of L.B. Cole a lot. Funny Folks.
I kind of like that one. That one's cool. I like the shadows of the houses down below, and it's like early evening or maybe very early morning. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, silhouette in the moon is cool.
Yeah, and the dark blue in the background. That one's cool.
Funny Stuff. Never heard of it. Dodo the Frog or something. Giggle. Here we go.
There they are
Another
back.
Oh, those pesky mice. Ha Comics.
That's what I always think of. Gaggle and Haha, the same company. The same.
Aha Comics is one of the better ones
Oh.
of these for sure.
Haha is absolutely the adult version of
Yeah.
Famous Funnies.
I like Haha. I also like Cuckoo is a cool one too. It has really good art. And Frisky Fables is cool too.
Hijinks.
Mhm.
Teenage Animal Funnies.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one either.
In space for
I don't
me.
think kids were reading the anthropomorphic animals as much.
Hey, we got a GGA in here.
There we go. We got Junior. We got Joe Doolin doing his best for Fox Publishing.
He's got Santa suit on.
That's probably the highest priced one of all the ones we've seen so far.
Probably.
Right?
Well, no, some of those actions will sell.
Yeah, that's true.
Looney Tunes. Pretty good. Mary Marvel. I guess this probably. Well, he's got a sleigh. I don't know.
He's about to ram into something.
Push it.
Famous Funnies, yep. Walter Lance, New Funnies.
Polly Pigtails.
Oh, that trollop. Raggedy Ann and Andy, yeah.
You guys ever get a dog for Christmas?
No.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Tiny Todd is an early EC book there.
I was going to say Tiny Tot's very early. Oh, it's a number 10.
1947.
That's
Yeah,
rare.
EC is doing some crime stuff, and
That's a rare book. I mean, I always thought the first 20 ECs were like early ECs were the hardest ones to find.
yeah, they had that International Comics. It's pretty early, and I guess Tiny Tot was one of them.
I know they didn't reprint anything
Yeah, Chris Barrett is probably right. It was still educational comics. They didn't get really outlandish until like
Why did they call it Your First Comic Magazine?
because it was for schools.
Oh, that's so funny. EC.
That's how it started.
When I see that EC logo, I'm just like, whoa, not for kids.
Yeah. No, it was there's Tom Tom.
Here's another elephant.
Yep, that's Tom Tom. There's a watch that's from this era that has that on it. That is a fortune. It's more than the comic. It's a unauthorized some crazy watch company made it.
Is Tom Tom the elephant?
Yeah. No, Tom Tom's yeah. Tom Tom's the elephant, and then there's a like a Bam Bam.
Oh, they really got him this time.
Oh, they make his life a living hell.
Where the hell are their parents?
Well, that's the thing. We never see Donald's deadbeat sister or mother or brother.
Hey, look at this.
It's Daffy's kids.
Rudolph's song came out finally.
Gene Autry, there it is.
1948.
Here comes Santa Claus and Rudolph
All
the Red
those
Nosed
Christmas years without Rudolph's song. That's just
Gene
sad.
Autry. Yeah.
It's this was like, I think I read it was like one of the highest selling singles like of all time.
Right. The number one is Bing Crosby's White Christmas. Yeah.
Famous Funnies. That one's kind of cool. He looks a little crazy, but
Yeah, he's had enough here.
he's like,
He's
they're
gonna
always
kick out of
touching
their
me.
heads.
They're always touching me.
It'd be cool to find a copy of that still had a nice bright white cover.
Oh yeah, that'd be hard. Yeah, you know
Well,
that.
I will say this: Dell used really good quality paper. So remember that when you buy Dells, you really can get good quality.
And
in
but
the
these
raw
Christmas books were probably, totally torn to bits.
Oh yeah, they ripped the covers off of them. Yeah,
I mean, I would get comics as a kid, and they'd be rolled up into my stocking, so they would be.
I got
They
them.
wouldn't be mint even when I got to them.
I literally they would be. There was it's the same thing every year. Underneath the Star Wars toys, there'd be a stack of them, and I swear to you, they would put something near it that either the Easy Bake Oven or something my sister would have was always by my comics, and she would toss them every time against the wall. Get the paper books out of here. My sister, one sister would buy me 2 comics or 3 comics every year.
That's dangerous.
Started in 1977.
You get the tape pulls real easy on Christmas.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember one year they were it was in the early 80s. My parents went to the funny thing is that it was like first like the Tomb of Dracula's and stuff like that were in there. And I bet you could have been a First Blade would have been available because it was 1982 and my parents bought a stack of books but they were still you could tell they bought them at a garage sale or something like that or a book sale and they were all wrapped up and they were all like Bronze Age stuff. So
That's not bad.
yeah, I didn't keep them.
Oh,
Pretty
Giggle.
sure pretty sure I shouldn't have had them or yeah.
here's more giggle.
Yep. Ha. Yeah.
Jingle jangle.
Jingle jangle. Nice. Featuring the farting bird.
What? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Little Lulu.
I like
Not
that's
a fan.
it's a good looking Santa.
Couldn't
It's very
stand.
animation
stand.
style.
Of all the Dell things, Little Lulu's the worst.
Santa's like, what? He's 1948, man.
A long list. That's like the
Yeah. Bugs. Charlie Chicken.
I don't know.
Raggedy Ann Mandy.
Yeah.
Super Snipe. This is the weirdest superhero with that little kid head on it.
Yeah, it's the
What?
baby faced superhero.
super
Giant.
cool title though. They have
Weird
that
colors.
fight that's really popular where he's throwing Hitler down into hell.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I think a 6.0 just sold for like $7,000.
Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, here I found a horror one that was kind of Christmas.
Early Adventures into the Unknown. The early issues of that title are very creepy and there's not a lot to them. There's a lot of like suggestive creepiness on some of the early issues. There's open doors going into houses. There's creepy looking mountains here that might resemble a figure. there's a lot of like implied creepiness in the early ACG stuff, especially this title.
I like the creepy snow mountain guy.
Yeah.
I'll be Santa. You are a reindeer.
There's Napoleon again, the dog.
What is Santa doing? Putting lipstick on something.
Oof.
Frisky.
That is most likely an LB Cole.
Yeah, that's LB Cole. I see his signature.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much going on that cover.
It's nice.
Plus, it's a star. That's he did them on state covers.
It's his publication at that point.
Funny films.
Questionable material.
That's kind of cool.
I like the guys on the left.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Oh, geez. I didn't know there were so many Giggle comics.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of these giggles too much.
I do like the black, the Santa out there on the silhouetted Santa. It's cool in the distance. Rudolph. Yeah, we're still in 49. Oh, yeah, this is a pretty good one. Mistletoe Bugs.
Yeah, I like Woody Woodpecker though.
Yeah.
Shmoo.
Al Cap. Yep.
Super Shmoo? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it is Super Shmoo. Tom and Jerry's always good too.
Yeah.
What are they doing here? Are those bombs? What is this? Doing something bad. Oh, gigantic. Hey, here, it's back to Xmas comic.
They cut a lot of pages out.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Only 196 pages instead of 324. Getting gypped.
Frosty came out finally, 1950.
Well, the Gene Autry.
Here
we go.
That's a
weren't as many as I thought.
Displays a rockin', don't come a knockin', don't come a jingle janglin'.
There's a Cole.
Yeah.
I like that side
pretty cool Dynasty cover.
There's a lot going on in that
That was
side.
a good cover, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that. I like LB Cole, but yeah, that's cool.
Okay. I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, they're making giant stockings. See, you'd go so broke if you collected all these. Oh, here it is. Silver Bells came out.
Hun.
I didn't realize how much of a kind of, the 50s thing, consumer, Christmas really became pop culture, I guess, in the 50s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Getting to look like Christmas.
Getting to look a lot like Christmas.
Christmas for Shacktown.
Yeah. Shantytown.
Ooh, look at that. It's a nice Cole.
Crispy LB Cole, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool Snowman. Another one.
LB Cole.
Oh, yeah, it's got that nice border there on the left.
Yeah.
Oh, howdy doody.
Yeah, Dell.
Lulu. We're in 1951 now. Roy Rogers. Tom and Jerry. Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Still going.
Number 6.
Still 196. Yep. Young Romance.
Yeah.
1952 hit. Thumbelina.
There we go.
Oh, this was a kind of horror.
When did that's the guy that the teeth that Hermes. That's a German version of Hermie right there.
I don't know how this snuck into the Christmas books.
Got him.
That's about it.
I need to take his teeth out. They won't see anything.
Well, it does remind me of that villain in one of those like stop motion.
Yeah, in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah.
Hermie the dentist takes out his teeth. That's how he wins. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It reminds me of the monster in
Yukon Cornelius right there.
Empire that on Hoth. That takes
The Wampa.
The Wampa.
Wampa, yeah.
That's a good Felix. Good colors on this. You don't see too many blue titles. I don't think.
It looks like a very narrow book too. It's very thin.
Yeah. Kobe Press.
Yep. The
Hiya Max? Oh, I see. Cool Max. I guess, yeah, one of those old style vacuums had that like wheel because you just pull it like that, right? It didn't have wheels.
Yeah, we had one of those forever.
Yeah, that was all right.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like
Pogo. Pogo's pretty well known.
Arch Sky. That's cool.
Now that's a stocking.
Yeah, that's a Shazam size.
196.
Yeah.
Daisy and her pups.
Yep. Burning her pups alive. Cooking them, pups in a blanket. There we go.
There's a classic Santa one.
Yep.
He looks.
Got the whip out though.
Yeah. Oh,
Looking
yeah.
like Whiplash right there. If anybody's Panic. This is a classic one.
How they go that fast? Oh
This
yeah.
is a classic one. I have had this. I know people that have this. This is one of the best Santa ones. This little shit kid. Just,
This is how kids were in 1953.
it's rotten to the core.
This is how humor in a varicose vein.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Panic number 1 too, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
It's actually a very affordable book.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the Panic and the Mads don't go for that much. Mad 1 goes for a bit, but other than that, they're all pretty easily available, I think.
Not as cheap as this.
I can't do Roy Rogers doing Christmas. I just can't do it.
Oh,
That's
Santa
it.
baby.
Yeah, there's Catwoman, everybody.
That's pretty risque.
I was looking for some holiday comics for the little girl here, and they're pretty pricey. That's a nice one.
That's not bad.
It's pretty good artwork. Oh, hot chestnuts.
Roasting on an open fire.
Do they sell those around you guys?
No.
No, I've had them before, but I don't generally see them around me.
I've seen them. They have them here in the Japanese district of Seattle, but it's not a Christmas thing. It's just a regular.
They don't seem to have much flavor when I've had them. I don't know what
They're pretty good. At least the ones I've had here. That's a nice one.
Mm-hmm. Ugh,
Yeah. Oh, the Lone Ranger.
that's a good one.
Yeah, I'll take that one. That one's cool.
Yeah, that's not bad. Lots of wood. Oh,
Red Rider.
using this gun. Someone's shot themselves. doing
Yeah.
that.
Fucking Red Rider.
Just use your gun. Parade, okay. Christmas carrots. Cutie pie. Oh,
There's a code stamp.
isn't the cutie pie the oh no, that's PewDiePie, right?
Yeah.
Little Dot.
Yep.
I don't really understand what's going on with that. Is that coal or something?
A little
Wonderland. And look at this. When the Golden Age ended, you didn't have Jingle Bell Rock, Blue Christmas, rocking around the Christmas tree. It's the most wonderful time of year. Or Feliz Navidad until 1970.
Wow.
Jose Feliciano he didn't do that Feliz Navidad till he copied The Doors' "Light My Fire" first.
But yeah, you could see right around the 50s, so many hits. It's amazing. Well, that's it.
There we go.
There's one you got to show. I got it here on my phone.
Do it.
Airboy mentioned this in the chat, but this, for if you're into pre-code horror, this is your Christmas cover.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there you go.
I was hoping to find something like that. This one, yeah, the site I go to, the pictures are pretty small, so yeah, I could see how I missed this.
Yeah, I mean, it's Merry Christmas. He bought her a coffin. She's not understanding why, but he's about to take her out with the axe.
Awesome.
And there's the Christmas tree behind the circles there.
Does it show the month that came out?
It should. Yeah, it says March. It's probably 50.
So March probably would have came out December on the rack.
It says 54.
Yeah, March or January.
Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Anybody want to give holiday greetings out to everybody?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Merry
I hope
Christmas.
everybody has a safe one, and
Yes.
don't stress about everything that's going on. Just take at least a day or two off and just enjoy your time.
Exactly. May your eggnog be full. May your cousin Eddie shit or not be. So hopefully everybody will be good.
Hey, let me ask you guys. I want to get the consensus on here. Die Hard, Christmas movie, yes or no?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Absolutely.
so.
Well, once again, for the Star Wars holiday special, B. Arthur, our favorite bartender, is very happy to say the Golden Guys is once again. See you guys next week. Probably we're going to do a year-end review. Hopefully, DS has got that sweet top buck of the year, and looking forward to it. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you all for being a friend.
Take care.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you